Hello guys and welcome back. You might be wondering, leaks on a sunny Sunday, but yeah, this is true. Yesterday Dkayed held a little tournament and then also announced some leaks. This is for the upcoming pack in June. It might be the case, this is a bit of my speculation, that we might get 2 packs here, because we will talk about this in a moment. The ingredients of the first pack we are going to talk about, all the first leaks basically, they kind of hint towards a second pack, but remains to be seen here. This is not the most like obvious and not the most clear leak that we have ever gotten, but the one part that we will talk about now. So you have already seen this in the thumbnail. There is, and you might not recognize this card, so we are going to talk about this. This card that you see in the thumbnail is Striker Mobilize Engage, which is obviously a card that we already have, this card here. So we can quickly pull this up here. Where is the Engage? I should have it right here in the back. The old Engage, that's not the card that I wanted to open actually, but the new Engage, which the card itself, oh, it doesn't show. I can use it here. Okay. So the card itself does not change, obviously, but this is a new design for the card, which we will get new designs for the Sky Striker cards. There are a lot, and we are going to look at all of them in this video, but this is why I am thinking we might get maybe 2 packs, a Sky Striker focus pack where you can get these alternative arts, and then another pack with new cards, question mark. I will talk about some new card speculations after the Sky Striker cards, because there was another hint from Dkayed, but we will talk about this in a moment. So we have the Engage here, really cool new artwork if you ask me. I think it's better than the old one, but yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is that interesting. For me, the alternative art thing is not that interesting. I know that a lot of people are hyped for this, and that's totally cool. We also, if you're not aware, have recently gotten the new, wasn't it Engage? Engage has got a new animation here, which then obviously makes sense. So if you're not aware, the new Engage animation is really, really cool, cool displaying the card that you have added with the Engage in the middle of all these, I don't know, hexagons, you could say. So really cool. If you have not seen this, go check that out on YouTube. And yeah, this one might also get another new animation, I don't know, but I think it fits that we have gotten this new Sky Striker Mobilize Engage animation. Now we will get the alternative art for this. That's quite cool. I am not against it, hoping that this will not take or make up the bulk of the new cards, but will be like a bonus or something. I hope so. We have the Ray, obviously nothing new here, but what we will get is probably the new art of Sky Striker Ace Ray, which in my opinion, I'm not quite sure if I like the new one better. You can let me know in the comments which alternative arts you like better, the new ones or the old ones. And by the OCG, by the Japanese language here, you can see that I think these cards have not really yet released in the TCG. Also the new Sky Striker cards, actually new cards that we'll be getting, have not yet released in the TCG, but spoiler alert, they are not a big banger, at least in the OCG, so I don't think that it will change a lot. It will bring Sky Striker back into the competitive meta, it will bring it back into the discussion, but will not make it like a dominant force or something. So for all of you Sky Striker enjoyers, that's obviously nice, but don't expect too much from this. We have another array here, which once again, yeah, I think I like the alternative artwork better. Let me know in the comments what you think. Another Ray here, and then we have already seen this Engage, and now we can talk about the new cards that we will get. Surgical Striker Spectra, 2 monsters including a Link monster, so you already need to make a Sky Striker monster, and then it's also Link 4, must first be linked summoned, loses 3000 attack while you have no spells in your graveyard, very unlikely. When your opponent activates a card or effect is a chain link 2 or higher, very specific if you ask me. You can manage 2 spells from your hand or graveyard, negate that effect, then you can destroy 1 card your opponent controls. So this obviously refers to a negation. So if you activate something and your opponent goes like Hand Trap and Ash, for example, this is then chaining 2, obviously, because you have chaining 1 whatever, and he has chaining 2. So for example, Sky Striker Engage, and he has chaining 2 Ash Blossom, then you can go quick effect chaining 3 the Spectra, and then you can manage 2 spells from your hand or graveyard. You will want to do it from the grave, negate the effect, and then you can do 1 card, destroy 1 card your opponent controls. This is obviously a very strong effect, but this is also a very like costly monster, so you won't get it for free. You have to put in a lot of cards here, and keep in mind we are playing Sky Striker, so I'm not quite sure where the bodies will come from, but we might find out when we read more cards of the new cards coming. And obviously you want to banish them from the graveyard, which I mean, this is a quite a strong effect. You can negate and negate. Normally you can obviously also negate other stuff and then destroy something, so 2 negates if you want to call it that, or 2 interruptions, but you need to banish 2 spells from your grave, which you want to have your spells in the grave, and obviously you don't want to get to banish them from your hand, because this is a big minus then. We have Striker Temperance, 2 monsters, so we are getting the Link 2s here. 2 monsters, including a Link monster. So once again, we need one of our Sky Striker 1 level or Link 1 monsters and another monster. So we would need to get an ace, an array back, or a token from the, how is it called, the spell card that can create the token. Must first be Link summoned. If this card is special summoned, you can banish. So special summon, this is quite nice. So you can get her back, revive her, and the effect will still trigger. You can banish one spell from your hand or graveyard. Okay. Then target one monster your opponent controls with a 2/5 or less attack. Equip that face-up monster to this card as an equip spell. Yeah, that's quite nice, but only on summon. You can only use this effect of Sky Striker Ace as a Dkayed Temperance once per turn. When this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon other Sky Striker monster from your hand or grave. In my opinion, not the greatest. This is also a Link 3, by the way, now realizing. So very expensive Link material-wise for a card with such a bad effect. I mean, yeah, you can get rid of a monster of your opponents, but this is not even a quick effect. I don't know. I don't like it. We have combination maneuver, engage 0-2 light and or dark monsters. So just for my general knowledge, not the biggest Sky Striker boy here, we have Rose and the Ray. Those are light and dark. So 2 light and or dark monsters. So we can take 2 light monsters and or 2 dark monsters, or we can take a light and a dark monster. I'm assuming we can take a light and a dark monster because they are also here on the card artwork. It's a Link 2, that's good. Cannot be used as Link material, not that good. If this card is special summoned, that's good. You can target one monster on the field with 2/5 or more attack. And once again, same thing. Indicate its effect until the end of this turn. Super specific here. At the start of the damage step, if this card attacks and you have Sky Striker, Ray, and Rose in your graveyard, makes sense because you've used them probably. You can destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Okay, this is better. This is definitely better. Once again, I don't know. I'm not the biggest Sky Striker expert, but I don't see where all these bodies come from to make these things. We have Sky Striker Ace Camellia, looking like Azalea, like an Azalea retrain. Must first be to effect monsters Link 2, once again. But to effect monsters, this is a nice condition. Must first be Link summoned. You can only special summon Sky Striker Camellia once per turn. Once per turn, if you have 3 or less spells in your grave, you can send 1 Sky Striker card from your deck to graveyard. This is nice. You can send a Ray or something if this is missing, or a spell, obviously, to re-add back the engage. 2, if this card is sent to the graveyard, so you can link it away, which this will trigger the second one. You can target one monster your opponent controls, special summon this card to their field, and if you do, send that monster to the graveyard. Also shift control to this card's owner during the end phase of this turn. Once again, if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one monster your opponent controls, right, special summon this card to their field, right, and if you do, send that monster to the graveyard the opponent wants, also shift control to this card's owner, because I'm the owner, I own the card, okay, during the end phase of this turn. This actually is a good one, I like this. This is the best one that we have seen, because this is a very useful effect at the beginning, and then obviously you can climb up into the other guys if you want to, or make another Sky Striker monster, also Link 1 obviously, and then you have this very powerful removal effect, and you also get the card back, which, yeah, this is actually quite nice. And this is once per turn, by the way, so this is not like on summon, but if you get the guy back, the Camellia back, the girl, then you can once again activate it on your turn, which is obviously quite nice. We have Kaigari, which also has an alternative artwork. Not sure if you're also getting these, and then Shizuku, which also gets an alternative artwork. Very interesting here. I like the alternative ones for them, but I like Kaigari more in the original one. I don't know. So it might be a very, so as you can see, we have a lot of the retrain alternative artworks, but then also 4 new cards here, so quite a big package here. I hope this does not make up the entire package or a big part of the package for June, because then it's a bit boring, but I guess we can save the gems then also, would be fine. But then we are once again slow behind the OCG, and then Dkayed dropped some information, and he said that we will get another archetype that has not yet released in the TCG. And this is really, okay, when it has not yet released in the TCG, this means that it will probably be from Infinite Forbidden. And I was first thinking about Raika, but Raika, the new insect type, it's already here in the TCG. So there's one other thing I'm thinking about. We can quickly take a look at the release of the, or we can do it afterwards. The archetype that I want to show you that has not yet released in the TCG, only in Infinite Forbidden, is Fiendsmith, which is an archetype with this guy, the Fiendsmith, that you can search with this card here, and then you can fusion summon with this Link monster, and this one can be equipped to the other monsters. And for example, if you have this fusion summon monster and this is equipped, then you can quick effect negate the effect of face-up cards on the field up to the Link rating of the equipped monster. So in this case, can this also equip to something? You can target one. Okay, this can also be equipped. So you are either able to equip this Link 1 or this Link 2 to, for example, this fusion monster, and then you can negate something. Also, you have this Fiend's Lacrimosa Lacrimosa. This is the card giving you the ability to fusion summon, by the way, which if this card is fusion summoned, you can target one a Light Fiend monster in the graveyard or banishment. So this one here, Light Fiend, either add to the hand or special summon it. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can shuffle one other Light Fiend monster from the graveyard into the deck, extra deck, inflict 1/2 damage to your opponent. We are playing this in Snake Eyes here in the OCG already. There it is out. OCG Snake Eyes Fiendsmith here with Fabled Lurry, an old card here, but makes sense because we're activating Tactus, which says add one Light Fiend monster from your deck to your hand, then discard one card, so we can add this guy, discard this guy, and when this card is discarded to the graveyard, special summon it. Then you can also banish this card from your graveyard, fusion summon one Fiendsmith monster, so we're also able to fusion summon with this and with this thing here, Fiendsmith Sequentia. Yeah, everything revolving around the Fiendsmith, which not the biggest expert on this engine, but this kind of works like a Diabellstar engine in the sense that it gives you a lot of bodies, gives you a lot of options. We can see the Requiem here, the Disrae, and the Lacrimosa. I think the Requiem is a really interesting like artwork, pretty crazy one if you ask me, like a sarcophagus with screaming eyes. Yeah, crazy. So we are integrating this into Snake Eyes. So yeah, this is cool. I mean, it would be cool if we would get this archetype early, but then again, it's a bit boring and to get another Snake Eyes support instead of a cool new archetype. For example, I don't know, Voiceless Voice or something that is a completely new archetype, because this would only be cool for people that already are playing Snake Eyes or want to play Snake Eyes in a different way. But yeah, I hope we are not focusing on Snake Eyes that much. But this could also mean that we will get new Snake Eyes limitations here, and then as you can see, this is more limited than we have it, but barely. And then we might replace them with Fiendsmith engine. I don't know. This is only a guess because this is one of the archetypes that is from Infinite Forbidden. It is not out in the TCG yet. We can quickly take a look at the complete list from Infinite Forbidden because this is not long out in the OCG here. Another archetype that could come, you can see the Fiendsmith stuff here, is this Shield of Millennium, this Millennium stuff here. This Millennium stuff is also new. You have this Shield of Millennium people, and then you have what else? There are more. This guy, the caveman, that awoke after a millennium, which is also a retrain from an old card. You have these Millennium Cross, and I think also this also is part of the archetype. This could also be the case because it's also a completely new thing that has not really yet released in the TCG, but not quite sure if Dkayed meant cards that have not released in the TCG. But then it could obviously also be like Tenpai Dragon stuff, but we still would need the other stuff from Tenpai Dragon that is already released, so it can't really be Tenpai Dragon. Pretty hard to guess here. This is also, by the way, a Millennium card, so this could definitely also be the archetype we are talking about. You can see also new Mementolian support here, but this also doesn't fit this the description basically. But I guess it would fit the description. Because we already have the Memento stuff. So we could get this support card for Memento and then the fusion card for Memento, which is this one here, the Dutschlicker Combined Conqueror. But yeah, these could be the cards that we are getting. Also like the new Forbidden stuff here, the new Exodia stuff. Also possible that we will receive this. So a bit of a guessing game at the current moment. It would be very funny getting the Tenpai stuff at full power, but then Master Duel would be broken for a few months or for however long they decide to leave it there. Also, the new Gimmick Puppet stuff is here, but I don't know, Gimmick Puppet, it's already in the game, so it doesn't really fit, but maybe we get the Gimmick Puppet stuff, hopefully not, honestly. Yeah, a bit of an enigma here at the moment at what we will get in the next pack, but we know we get the Sky Striker stuff and then something that has not yet released in the TCG, but obviously we have still some time to get more leaks, so let's leave it at that. Let me know in the comments what you think of all of these informations. What do you think are coming? Have I missed something here from not yet released in the TCG that might come to us? What do you think of the Sky Striker stuff? Are you excited for that? Let me know in the comments. If you like my video, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell. This helps me out a lot, and we will see each other in the next one.